Hello again. I am back and I finished inking it in, so now I'm going to start adding some color. Now when I typically add color, my favorite tools are usually Prismacolor markers as well as colored pencils. Today I think I'm going to try and primarily use lighter media just because the paper that I'm working with today is a little bit thinner, so I don't want to bleed through too badly. Generally, I like to use watercolor paper when possible, or more of a versatile media paper, but I was breaking in a new sketchbook, so I couldn't resist. I would say one of the trickiest points of this one, of really anything containing people, is skin tone. Just because in most cases that's going to be the first thing to look really off about any picture, is just the coloring, how it is used, if it's thoughtful, if it is really missing the mark. And when you're drawing humans, skin will give it away every time if you don't actually put some serious thought and care into not only color but stroke, thickness of pigment, just everything. I've actually started getting into painting a little bit more lately, and I really kind of love it. It's different for me, but at the same time I think it's something that will come in very useful in the future. I always like to test certain markers out on a paper underneath it or another scratch paper, just because no matter what color you think you're picking up, chances are you could be wrong. So it's usually a really good idea to check. Now this one's not great for skin, but it's great for hair, so I'm going to lay that aside for now. Ooh, I love this one. It works really well for both skin and hair. Okay. See where we stand. Haha! I found it. Okay. Now this one works really well for skin. It's their eggshell. It gives you that right in between almost almond tone, which makes it kind of helpful because it's sort of universal in some ways. It can either work to depict a certain race or ethnicity. It can also just be used to put a decent summer tan on someone. Just depends on what you're doing. I really love the fact that after I've penned it in and erased all the pencil marks, everything's really clear. It's like I've made my own coloring page. And I know every artist probably has that too, but I don't think everybody gets quite the chance to simply fill in the lines. I mean, painters, you do that, but it's more of a light sketch. It's not a defined skeleton. So it's kind of fun. I enjoy it. Now the question is how to completely fill this out. I think I'm going to layer some tones. It gets a little tricky on occasion because you don't want too much of a contrasting tonality when it comes to a group of people, and I'm still working on how to exactly master this technique. But when it comes down to it, you want to be careful about having too many really different contrasting colors in the picture, which sounds a little weird, but just means you want it to look natural for people, and some of these are not actually the right tone for skin color, so you don't want to make it super obvious that maybe it's a little bit too pigmented to actually belong in the natural world. So you kind of want to layer some of the colors in order to really give yourself more of a genuine appearance to skin. All the rest of the colors you can kind of fudge.